I didn't start it on the wrong channel. I don't know what you're talking about. Nope. That wasn't me. I would never make that mistake. I totally made that mistake. So I had the wrong stream key in, and it ended up being on the wrong channel. Whoops. So, no, I'm not late either here. I just had to find it, because YouTube changed their layout for live streaming, and I had to, like, find where the stream key was, and it was hidden at the top, which is not where it's usually at. But no, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't go live on the wrong channel. No. That I wouldn't make that mistake. Just wouldn't happen. Anyway, hello everyone. Welcome to this stream. I already forgot what I named it. But what we're going to be doing here is simply enough just fixing up our old map a little bit, not only for the scenario videos, but also for Alternate Future of the World Season 3. Now, the episode that comes out on Saturday, very good one by the way, but I have already recorded it, so I won't be showing you the Alternate Future Season 3 map in this live stream, because then, you know, it's a spoiler. But we can still, off camera, I can just still copy and paste it over, so that when we go back to Alternate Future in the next episode next Saturday, all the capitals and stuff will be there. But yeah, the main goal here is just to add in the capital cities, and well, I'm gonna actually be asking you guys for help in doing this, because I'm probably gonna misplace a few of them, and if you guys could correct me in the chat while we're doing it, then we'll be able to, you know, improve it to make sure that it's in the right place relatively. Now, I am gonna try to find a map projection that lines up with the one we have now. The old one doesn't line up for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why, but I think it's just because there's a slightly different shape in the maps, even though they are the same projection. So yeah, how y'all doing today? I woke up like an hour and a half ago, so I'm a little bit tired. I don't feel great, but it tends to always happen whenever I do live streams. I don't know why. But yeah, this stream is taking the place of a video today, so technically it's not an upload, but it's still content, so I guess we can call it Daily Content Week. When is the next Minecraft episode? Every Monday. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Minecraft Mondays, Scenario Wednesdays, and then Alternate Future Saturdays. With that being said, we will be doing 3 videos a week now from here on out until I probably start college again. That's usually when it gets a little bit too much to do that, so we can figure something out then, but all the Minecraft videos will release on Mondays. I'm happy to see people at least mentioning it. I hope you guys do enjoy that series, because once again, I've said it so many times in the videos lately, but I really do like it. You want it sooner? Don't worry, it'll be Monday. Minecraft Monday. Delete Israel. Oh, we're not doing like live chat decides. Although we might do that after. It does say that in the description, but on the topic of Israel, we do need to come down here and make a slight little change. I know we did this in one of the other videos, but nope, didn't mean to do that. We're gonna fix this up real quick, because this isn't internationally recognized, and I know that that isn't the case for everything I do. Sometimes I include stuff that isn't internationally recognized, like Russia's occupation over Crimea, but this one, we can do this one. Trust. Yeah. So hopefully Massage doesn't show up at my door. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go back and read more of the chat before we get too far into this, because, you know, I like to connect with you guys a little bit here. We don't do live streams too often on this channel. Sometimes we do them over on AdizzPro though, which is where I went live on accident. Minecraft Fridays too. Yeah, I wish I could do that many videos a week without getting burnt out, because even just doing this daily upload week, I like immediately got burnt out as soon as we got to Wednesday. Which I was hoping that I could at least make it through the week, but no. So this live stream is kind of serving as a break for me in a way. But yeah. I did so much Wixo ones. Yeah, I did like 3 Wixo live, maybe 4 Wixo live streams, which was just adding like layers and stuff to the map, which that was much needed, because when I started Wixo, I didn't do a lot of stuff. But with Alternate Future, it takes place like in a modern map, so there isn't really a lot of things to add, because we already know what most of the stuff is, like religion, cultural maps, that aligns with what it is in real life. So there really wasn't much of a need to do 4 alternate future live streams. I'm saying that now and also in like the future, but let me go ahead and start off with the capitals layer because that is going to be the easiest thing to do. All right, so first things first, we got to put down DC. This is the Potomac, goes up and around a little bit, and it comes down. DC is like right there. That's the, hold on, right there. That's my guess. I think it's there. Let me know in the live chat. Anyway, now this is where things get a little complicated because I was able to do it for my home country. I don't know about everyone else. I can do it for the UK. We'll come over here. Right there's London. A little bit south. Right there's London. Boom. What else can I do here? Rome and Italy. That's easy. Right there. Boom. Anything else that's incredibly easy off the bat? Eve, maybe. It's like right there. I don't want to risk it though. Stockholm is over here. Oslo is like right there. Let's see. Is there anything that is just incredibly simple to get down? I think Japan, Tokyo. Oh, can't guarantee it. If I can't guarantee it, I'm not putting it down. Canberra. All right, that's all. I got the U.S. and London and Rome. That's it. Not a very good start. Can't lie. Well, let me go find a projection. This is the Robertson projection, I believe. Robertson projection map with capitals. Because if I can just make it line up, that would be incredibly easy. Although I just have a feeling that it won't be that easy because things are never that easy. No. So let's see here. Go pull this in. By the way, I don't own this map, so whoever owns this map, please don't come after me. I would appreciate it. You know, I just put this on the wrong layer. Give me a second. Bear with me for a second here. All right, there we go. Big map here. Yes. Very broken, big pixelated mess. Okay. That's all right. Let's make it a little transparent there so we can line it up. And let's see if it fits. It doesn't look like it's going to fit at all. You can make it a little bit larger. Actually, pretty close. It might fit. Let's go ahead and like pull it a little bit that way. We'll go up a little bit with it, and then we have to go left a little bit. This might fit, guys. Only thing I'm seeing though is like Alaska isn't lining up, which is a pretty good sign that we might be in trouble here. Pull it down now. All right, boom. Okay, wait. Okay, it's looking pretty good. Not sure what's going on right there, but the most. Okay, no, nope, it's not working, guys. Yeah, you can barely see it, but it doesn't line up in Europe, and also doesn't look like it's lining up anywhere. Plus, there's no capitals. I looked up where the capitals were. Okay, so failure number 1. That's all right. We got to find a different map, unless you guys know a map that has this exact shape and with the capitals on it. Let me know in the Discord server. But gotta find another one now. Try this one. This one looks like it probably also won't work. Pull it in. Boom. Okay. Now this has capitals on it. This is good. It also has major cities. So if this one would fit, that would be very, very nice. I would appreciate that. So let's see. Boom. Guys, I think we have a perfect fit. No, am I tripping? It's lined up perfectly already, right? A little bit. Move it up a little bit there. Yo, did I do that perfectly? Hold on. Look at Europe. Yeah, that looks right. Okay, Kiev's in the right spot. Ankara's in the right spot. Cairo's in the right spot. Yo, I might be that guy. Let's check over here. Washington? That was close enough. If I'm not mistaken, I think we're good here. I think this might even be the map that the person who made this map, they might have traced over this one. Because that is a perfect fit. Tell me it isn't, right? That's a perfect fit. Almost. It's pretty good. Hey, That's pretty good. See? All right, let's start putting in the capitals because now all I got to do really is go around and where I see capital, Ottawa, boink, and then we check it, take this away, and that looks like where Ottawa is as far as I remember. I don't know about DC though because it's not like it's not there. It's like, well, okay, we'll just do it because I'm gonna listen to the. It's not there though. It's not on the water. I've been to DC very many times. Oh shit, I'm going back too far. So let's put it like right. Better. Yeah, that's better. We'll do that. All right. So literally now all I gotta do, Havana, boom. Check it, boom. Ooh. Is Havana on the water? Look it up real quick. I don't think it is on the water. I didn't know that. I think we're just gonna aim for the middle of the star. I think that will work fine. The Bahamas, apparently they don't get one. Neither do Haiti or the Dominican Republic, but that's an easy fix anyway. Mexico City, boom. Central America doesn't get it either. All right, that's fine. Caracas, boom. Bogota, boom. Paramaribo, Paramaribo, boom. Suriname, boom. That one, boom. All right. So far, so good. It's just kind of concerning how the smaller ones don't have capitals, but it looks like most of Africa does, which is good. I'm a little worried about Europe. Yeah, Europe has basically none. Lovely. Easy fix though. Smaller countries, they're easier to locate the capital. Anyway, oh yeah, Bolivia. You have multiple capitals, right? It's them in South Africa, so we'll just put it in La Paz. I think that's their federal capital. Lima for Peru. We go Quito for Ecuador. All right. Now we go to Brasilia for Brazil. Down to Buenos Aires and Montevideo. Boom, boom. Then we have Santiago. Boom. And I think that's all of South America. Let's see. Okay, so Buenos Aires is right there. Montevideo is a little bit more right there. We can make small adjustments here. Like this, I don't know. I feel like this needs to be over a little bit more. Right? I think everything else is fine though. It's like slightly, like the stars are being placed on the coast, which is okay because technically they're coastal cities, but just when trying to translate it over to the map, it gets a little weird. Like Santiago was kind of weird. I don't know why. But yeah, we need Paraguay. Boom. That's okay, cool. So I think we're fine. Let me know if you have any critiques here in South America. Hello, I'm from Bavaria. Hello. Get a new map? We just got a new map. What about Kingston? All right, we'll worry about the smaller countries later. I'm sure I'm going to miss a few, but for now, let's go over to Europe. Start here. So we got Madrid, we got Lisbon. Let's check real quick. Right, that's right. We have Ireland over here in Ireland, Dublin. We have Oslo, and then Stockholm isn't on the map, but it's right there, I think. We have Helsinki. Let's check. All right, I'm gonna move Helsinki up a little bit. There we are. I think this checks out for the most part. We now go down to Warsaw, Berlin, Paris, Rome. We can go to Bucharest, Kyiv, and Minsk. Check these real quick. All right. All right. Looking good. Looking good. Can't lie. I think we have the right projection here. So now we get Ankara. We get Azerbaijan, but we get no one else. Moscow. Boom. We have Astana. Boom. And I guess we'll do the Middle East now. So Baghdad. Boom. Riyadh. Boom. Muscat. Boom. And boom. And then Tehran. and then Kabul, boom, and then Islamabad, boom, and then New Delhi, boom, Ashgabat, boom, Tashkent, boom, Dushanbe, boom, Bishik, boom. All right, cool. Oh yeah, Ulaanbaatar, boom, and then we got Pyongyang, boom, and then we got Seoul, boom, and then we got Tokyo, boom, and then we got Beijing, boom, and then we come down south. Okay, we got Taipei, bar. Then we got Hanoi, boom, and then we got Vientiane, boom, and then we got Bangkok, boom, and then we got Yangon, boom, and then we got Penn, boom. I'm gonna stop. Manila, we got Kuala Lumpur, that's for Malaysia, Jakarta, boom. We have Timor-Leste's capital, but we don't have all the Balkans. Interesting. Port Moresby, boom. Is you're deceiving me. Canberra, boom. Wellington, boom. Okay, that's everyone but Africa, and for the most part, it's most countries. But we do need to make some changes here to put the capitals in the right territory because sometimes it doesn't want to do that. Very strange. Seoul, for example. Yeah. Tokyo. I think they're all in the right spot for the most part. So let's go to Africa. We start with Algiers. Boom. Rabat. Boom. Tunis. Tripoli. Cairo. We will be doing this with the major cities as well. Come down here. Addis Ababa. Addis Ababa. Yeah, Juba. Mogadishu. Nairobi. Kampala. Dar es Salaam. We got Madagascar's capital city, Antananarivo. Got there you go, Zimbabwe. Yeah, South Africa, Weirdo, Cape Town. That's all you're getting. We got Windhoek. We got Lusaka. Luanda. And then you can tell that I don't know the names of like all of or the names of every capital in the world. I'll admit that. But I can name most countries, just not all the capital city names because some of them, as you can tell from the normal videos, some of them are kind of weird. But we're doing our best here, even though that all the capital cities are not present. This is kind of cool. All three of these capital cities are just like sitting here in a row like that. We also got Abuja. And this one, Chad. And Naimi. Boom. So I think that's everyone. Minus like the capitals that literally aren't on this map at all. So let's see. Did I miss anyone? I don't think so. Let's check. Normal map. Looking pretty good. I don't want to make the capital cities any larger because I feel like on the previous map, which I'm gonna pull up real quick, they were already pretty large. Like you can see the ratio of Berlin to Germany. We'll go up here and see the new ratio. It's a lot smaller, which is good because we can be a little bit more detailed around the battles around the city. And then for the major cities, of course, we'll still do the one that's 2 times smaller. So it'll be like that. But it's going to be way more detailed, which is good. So I'm going to go around now, and we are going to put down all of the major cities. Oh, we forgot Reykjavik. Or Reykjavik. I say it wrong. And Greenland, even though they're... Wait, I thought their capital was Nuuk. Not Godthaab. Never even heard of Godthaab before. I'm just a stupid American, that's what it is. Anyway, let's do major cities now. And Canada doesn't have that many. Okay, guys, we're putting a little bit too many major cities on the map here. I guess these aren't major cities. These are like small because they're smaller dots. So we'll just do the slightly larger ones. So we get like we get Winnipeg for sure, Edmonton, boom, Calgary, boom, Vancouver for sure. Um, we'll do Anchorage, but not Juneau apparently. Okay, Fairbanks, boom, and there's more major cities in Canada. No, Montreal, there it is. And then Quebec City, I guess they're not going to get one because they're not big enough, apparently. Let's take a look at Canada real quick. It is kind of hard to see when you're zoomed out all the way, but I think that's fine because when we're doing wars and stuff, it's already going to be like relatively zoomed in. So like if we, okay, no, not that. If we do like US versus Canada, you can see the major cities a lot better and the capitals. And like, you know, if the US is doing an invasion of Canada, obviously we're going to be super zoomed in. You can see the capital and the major city. So I think the size is fine. Yeah. Anyway, let's start talking about stuff a little bit while I do this. So, Alternate Future Season 3. Now, I don't know how many of you guys saw the video from yesterday, I want to say. But I had a little bit of a little angry, well, not angry, but like, what do I want to call it? Unprofessional split at the end there, where I was just kind of like, I don't want to do this anymore. And I want to iterate a little bit because I go into way more detail about this in the in Alternate Future Season 3, Episode 3. So I'm just gonna briefly talk about it here, but like I'm mostly talking about the scenario videos when I said that, not like the whole mapping spew in total, because I do enjoy the series. What do you want? Shut your face. um I do enjoy the scenarios, not the scenarios. See, look, I'm tripping over my words already. I enjoy the series, is what I meant to say, because the series are fun. I can do story building. I can, take suggestions from you guys. There are a lot of major cities in the U.S. Oh my god. Well, I mean, I knew this before. Mapping them all out now. I'm not putting down Salt Lake City. I'm not putting down. Well, I guess we can put down Boise. But no, if we put down Boise, then we have to put down Portland. Boom. No. No. Boise is smaller than Portland. Look at the U.S. real quick before I keep going. There are a lot more major cities, which is fine, because the U.S. does have a lot of major cities. Some of them not in the right spot, though. I know that these are, like, right on the water, but just for, like, the mapping purpose, it doesn't look good like that, because we don't draw over the black border, so we can, like, slightly shift these a little bit just to be more accurate. Yeah. This, what is it called? Jacksonville? Boom. Miami down here, boom. No Tampa Bay on this map? Interesting. Let's say Tampa Bay is a major city. I'll put it down right there. But let's go down into Mexico now. But yeah, I enjoy the series 100%. Wixo is probably the most fun I've ever had with the mapping series before. And Alternate Future Season 1, that was fun. Alternate Future Season 2, I kind of look back on not greatly, because I feel like I messed up Season 2 really bad. It just got, like, I didn't have the motivation to finish it because it was performing so badly, which is not an issue I think we're going to have with Alternate Future Season 3 at all, because the Wixo community was built up so much that with the promise of there probably being another Wixo season in the future, I feel like people will stick around. So that's why I did Alternate Future Season 3 first, but I think that performance-wise, it will be fine. We don't have to worry about that. But Alternate Future Season 2, it just, I guess it just didn't hit right. There was a lot of historical inaccuracies, and I don't know. I lost my touch with it a little bit, and as time went on, the episodes just kind of got a little bit more confusing and not right. And I tried to come back to it after Wixo started to tie it back into Wixo, and I did it, but I didn't do it in a very good way. I don't know if I should count those as major cities. Same with these. Probably not, right? I don't want to add too many major cities. Let's see what we're working with here. I think that's fine. We got a few spatted all over the place. We'll come up here. I don't know. I feel like some of these probably shouldn't be major cities, right? But at the same time, more major cities means more detail in the mapping. Like Peru has a lot over here. I don't know if they have that many in real life. The size of the dots are all different too, which is kind of confusing. I'll put down this one as well since it's a capital. But like, I guess we'll go Porta, whatever. I can't read that. It's so blurry. Get this one too, that one. Once again, we'll come back and do the smaller country cities soon enough. But yeah, alternate future of the world season 2. I wish I could redo the ending and how it ties into Wixo and alternate future season 1, because it isn't consistent really with what I said in Wixo, because I prioritize the story of Wixo over alternate future season 2, obviously, because no one really cares about alternate future season 2, and I think I'm okay with doing that, even though it doesn't line up anymore. Like how the barrier machine was on Europa, and then in Wixo, it's actually not on Europa. Or no, how in Alternate Future Season 2, it's in the spaceship that the Swiss scientists have. But in Wixo, it's apparently on Europa. So that's like, it doesn't line up. It's a plot hole. And I want to go back and change that somehow, but I would have to redo Alternate Future of the World Season 2 episode 10 or the finale, whatever it is, which I mean, that's fine. I can do that, but I just really don't want to. I think I'm better off leaving it how it is and just having the inaccuracy and having people assume that, you know, hey, I made a mistake in that and not connecting it up correctly. That's just my bad. I wasn't really planning on having Alternate Future of the World Season 2 being connected. But at the end of the day, having Alternate Future Season 1 connected to Wixo made me realize that, like, you know, might as well have Alternate Future Season 2 connected as well. An Alternate Future of the World Season 3 is also connected to Wixo and all the other things. I won't be telling you exactly how just yet. We'll figure that out as the series goes on, but I think people are now starting to catch on because it's relatively obvious. You know, right now the most obvious plot point, it kind of lines up with some stuff. So if you pay attention, if you're a big fan of Wixo, I'm sure that most of you guys have figured that out already. Anyway, we are now making our way down to Africa. I believe I got everything in Europe, everything that's worth putting down at least. But you can see that all of the Balkan nations, they don't have any cities, which is kind of unfortunate. I wish they did. Did I not add Toronto? Or Toronto's not on this map. Interesting. Yeah, well, we can fix that. Like I said, any city that isn't here that needs to be here, we'll go back and add after. For now, we got Casablanca and Safi. We're in Africa now, so we got to go down and get this. And apparently there aren't that many major cities in Africa, according to this map, which I know is not true at all. So let's just go around smoking what? Throwing some dots down. Mozambique. Up there, yeah, their capital's down here. Right? Yeah. I know this because of Alternate Future Season 3. Anyway. That down. We're just gonna, even if there's a star, I'm gonna put down a small or a major city dot because just needs to, any major city, even if it is a capital and I'm not depicting it as that, does need to go down. So same thing in South Africa. Even though I'm not putting them down as the real official capital, they are still major cities, so everything goes. And I think I might even just give Africa more major cities, even if they're smaller, just to kind of spice it up a little bit more, because, you know, Africa on the old world map was pretty boring. There wasn't a lot of major cities going on here. Okay, so I'm not going to put down all of these, obviously. These are in the middle of the desert, so might put down Algeria's right there, and maybe this one, and maybe that one, and maybe this one, and that one. Okay, so it looks like I'm changing my mind in real time. But yeah, don't want to go too crazy, but we will get the major one. Nigeria, or Niger, not Nigeria. Think that's good. Let's see what it looks like. All right, yeah, looking pretty good. I will say. Some capitals are out in the water. That's fine and easily fixable, but for the most part, it's looking pretty good so far. So yeah, capitals being added. That's a big thing. Huge. So let's go over here to Asia. Now this is where things are going to get a little bit out of hand. So let's start with Australia. This is in Asia. This is Oceania, obviously. We're going to get a lot of their major cities. We'll get Melbourne. We'll get, can't read that. Sydney, of course. Come up here. We get Brisbane. Boom. Anything else? I guess we'll add Darwin. Yes, we might add this one. And this one. Australia gets a lot of major cities. Good for them. This one's in the water. Mix that up a little bit. With Perth over here. All right. Oh, and Darwin. Cool. All right. So let's go back to major cities here. We got a few in Papua New Guinea. We got none there. All right. Now over here to Indonesia. We got 2. Indonesia has more than 2 major cities, but whatever. Now to Malaysia. They got 1 there. Go over to the Philippines, which will have a bunch. Throw them down. Ho Chi Minh City over in Vietnam. We got. We'll throw down Dalal as well. And then just a bunch all over the place here. Oh yeah, we missed Bangladesh's capital city. We'll throw that down now. Boom. And then we'll go back to major cities. We'll throw down all of India's, which will take a little bit. And then of course China's will take probably the longest. But first, we missed another capital city in Sri Lanka. Boom. No issue found. So we go boom, 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 boom. And that does it for India. I thought there'd be a little bit more than that. I think the other India map we had a lot more. Same with Pakistan. They only have 2 extra ones, really? Okay. That's interesting. Let's go up to Kazakhstan now. Give them a few. Too small. Russia, I know we missed a lot in Russia. I don't know if I want to throw in all these cities up here. They're kind of out of the way. Throw that one in. Throw these 2 in. Oh, I don't know. I feel like these. Well, I don't know. I was gonna say I feel like they're not like major cities, but who am I to judge? I have no clue. Yeah, Hiroshima in Japan, Sapporo. They should have way more than that. Busan. Now we get to China, where we're gonna throw down 50 billion major cities. China likes to spam their major cities, which is honestly good for them. They have a very high population, so it makes sense to do that. Hong Kong, we're gonna throw them down as a major city, even though they are kind of autonomous, but losing that status quickly. Yeah, we're here up in this section. We'll throw these 2 down, and I think we got most of them. Yeah, looks like it. All right. Does that do it? Is that all the majors? Well, I know it's not all the major cities. We have some corrections to make. I'm going to throw down these major cities over here in Africa in the Sahara, just because I like to give some of these smaller countries with smaller numbers a little bit more. Once again, just makes the mapping a little bit interesting when we cover those regions. But yeah. Anything I missed over here? Oh, I made this into a major city. It should be a capital. I don't know why I did that. Maybe I was thinking it was a dual capital for some reason. There we go, Malawi. Sorry. And then Botswana. Did I also do it for you? I did. Whoops. Sorry about that. All right. Did that mess up anything over here? Anything else like Eswatini and Lesotho? They don't have major cities unless. Oh. I think I got everyone. Let me just check over here. Yep. Smaller ones don't have it, of course. Fix that soon enough. All right. So now we go back to our old map, and we are mostly just going to copy down where these major cities are to try to connect them up. So I keep seeing Toronto over in the chat, so we're going to add Toronto in before your head explodes, buddy. I want that to happen. Go ahead and throw it down right there. And now it's mostly just cross-checking. I'm not going to cross-check like the major cities unless I see them notable of doing so. But we will be cross-checking the smaller ones. So we can go ahead and add, or not add, but fix this up a little. Belize, Guatemala's is like right there. We have San Salvador, which is right there. What else we got? Honduras' capital. Nicaragua's capital. We got Costa Rica. We got Panama City, which is right there-ish. Now for the Caribbean, Dallas is already on this map. We got the Bahamas. The Bahamas is, I forgot what their capital city is called. Is it Nassau? Yeah, I don't know. We got Kingston, Port La something, Port La Prince. And then we have the Dominicans, San Juan. I'm not going to do the Caribbean. I mean, if I did, it would literally just take over half the island, which I think in hindsight is fine. But, you know, I can't really map these because so let's say someone makes a military landing in the south here, right? It's already over before it even starts. So it's not even worth it, really. But now down to South America, Trinidad and Tobago, I'll give you guys a capital. I'm not sure where it is, so let me look it up real quick. Trinidad and Tobago. It is right here. Okay. Now we gotta go to, oh wait. All right. Down to South America to see if we missed anyone. I think it was just, no, we did get everyone here. Okay, cool. Back to Europe. Now I know there's a lot of people that were missed here, like the Benelux. So let's go find where they're at real quick. All right, got Amsterdam, boom. Brussels, which is there, and then Luxembourg City, the whole dang country. Denmark, we didn't get you with Copenhagen, which is right there. We need everyone in Central Europe. So we have, boom. Not gonna do Liechtenstein, too small. We have Prague, Bratislava, Budapest, a little bit more north. Oh, I'm putting on the wrong layer. No! God, this always happens, bro. Alright, let's try this again. Brussels, Amsterdam, whatever. Luxembourg City, Copenhagen, Switzerland, Vienna, Slava, Prague, Budapest. We have the L word, the Croatian word. It's like we got boom, and then Serbia, Belgrade, Montenegro. You have there. Now there is an issue. Like if this old map isn't 100% correct, which I know it isn't, then there's going to be some inaccuracies. Tirana, Christina. But I think as long as we just have a dot down somewhere, I'll get comments being like, yo, this capital city's in the wrong spot. And I'll be like, oh no, allow me to fix it. And then it's magically fixed. Everyone forgets. Anyway, down to Cyprus now. Boom. In the Middle East, where we missed like everyone. We have Beirut, which is there. Palestine's capital is Israel's Tel Aviv is that Tel Aviv? Oh, it is now. Jordan. Right there. A little bit more. Damascus in Syria is, according to this map, there. I'm gonna look over and everyone's gonna be like, "Your capital city's in the wrong spot. How could you do this?" Sorry. Armenia, Georgia. For some reason, Georgia on this map doesn't have their capital. It's just a major city. Not sure why. Whatever. We need to do the Gulf states now. UAE, Qatar, and Bahrain. Oman, I think. We're good. The UAE is right there. Qatar. There. Bahrain. Island country. We'll just leave it as. Oh, yeah, we need Kuwait. I think it's Kuwait City, right? I think that's everyone in the Gulf, in Arabia. So is there anyone in Central Asia we missed? I don't think so. Southeast Asia, looks like we're good. Over here, though, we have some missing capital in Bhutan and Nepal. So let's see. There's there-ish. These are like approximations, which is fine. Once again, I'll get the comments that, like, you know, oh, you put this in the wrong spot. Whoopsie doopsie. So I'll just update it off video. Anyway, though, let's just making a few adjustments here. Oh no, I'm on the wrong layer. I sure hope I haven't been on the wrong layer this entire time. I have been. All right. So in the videos, we're gonna be combining the capitals and major cities map because I just did like half the world on the wrong layer, and I hate, bro. Happens all the time. I'm on the wrong layer because I hit the back button and it switches layers. So stupid. Whatever. Anyway, I think the cities now are small enough to where it's okay to have them on the same layer. Anyway, Brunei, you need a capital city, my friend. And oh, I never gave you one. I'm very sorry about that. Let's give you one there. I think we got everyone else. I think we got most of everyone other than the island nations out here. Let's look it up. To capital of Fiji. Map. Their capital city, right on there. Right. We need capital of Solomon Islands. Map is on this one. We'll get Watu map. It is on. Let's see, this one. I think it's on this one. Then that's a part of someone else. I think that's good for the Pacific Islands. We went from 0 to a few, which is that's an upgrade. Is there anyone in Africa that I missed? Oh yeah, Ivory Coast. We need to get them. Burkina Faso and Gabon or Guinea, and Sierra Leone and Guinea-Bissau. Okay, we missed a lot now. Let's do that. Gambia, we missed Gambia as well. Guinea-Bissau. Boom. That's right. Nope, a little bit to the left. We got Sierra Leone. Boom. Cote d'Ivoire. Boom. El Paso, which is like kind of right in the middle of the country. Up right there. Central African Republic, move yours over a little bit. We got Congo, Equatorial Guinea, we need to get them. Their capital is like on the island, right? It's like this. Let me just make sure. Equatorial. Oh. Yeah, it is. Okay. I got at the north of the island. There we go. And missing anyone else? Burundi. I combined their names. Rwanda and Burundi. Boom. Boom. I feel like that's not right for Boom. Look, it's on the lake a little bit. It is. Boom. I'm right. Rwanda too. I feel like that's not right. Not bad. It could be down a little bit more. That. Oops. Tanzania. Doing a little bit. Did we get Eritrea and Djibouti? Nope, we did not. Let's go do that real quick. Eritrea. Boom. And Djibouti. Boom. We have Sudan, Chad. We have most of everyone. If not everyone. Eswatini, Lesotho. There. All right. I think that's everyone. Big think, though. Why is there egg yolk everywhere? All right, let's fix that. No, I probably missed someone, maybe. Probably. Surely. So, let me know in live chat if I did. I don't think Greenland's capital. I thought capital of Greenland... it is Nuuk. And they're relatively right there. Right there? Bank, kind of? No, Gothab is Nuuk. It's just like the other name for it. Okay. It's like at the bottom. I'm just gonna stick it right there. It doesn't really matter because it's Greenland. Sounds bad out loud, but still. Just gonna name this layer cities. I can throw this on to the alternate future map, and obviously I'll change them for new countries or old countries or land is changed. But Moldova and Baltics. Whoops. Let's quickly do that. We have Tallinn all the way up north, kind of in line with Helsinki. There, actually, maybe it's right there on that dot. Now we'll leave it there. Latvia's capital, Riga, then Vilnius, and then Moldova, which is like right smack dab in the middle, right there. All right, there we go. Now I think we have everyone, although I'm gonna look over here and see that is not indeed where it's at. I need to change these a little bit. I remember to come back. These are like not in like the this. There we go. All right. Myanmar. I've seen a few people talking about Myanmar. But yeah. Oh yeah, Yangon. That was their old capital. I remember talking about that in a video. We'll leave it as a major city though. New one is a little bit up more north. Right along this hypothetical river here. There we go. Fix that. I don't think there. I don't know if there's anything else we have to fix. We'll see here in a second. These are yelling at me in chat. Andorra's capital? Well, Andorra's capital literally is Andorra, so we're not going to add like the microstate ones because it doesn't fit. Move Dublin in a little bit. We might be able to add like a few major cities here and there. Scotland. I think Lviv isn't on the map. I know that. We'll add Lviv. And also add in what's it called? I forgot what it's called. Kharkiv. Just like overall, there isn't as many major cities on the new map as there is on the old map. Krakow. Germany has like no major cities. So we can go ahead and add in Frankfurt, Bavaria, or not Bavaria, starts with an N, Munich. You can add Hamburg. Add Nice to France. You have Naples? You do. Add down this major city down here. This will probably serve as the capital of the Sicilian Union and alternate future. Else, the UK has a lot of cities. We'll add Edinburgh up. Like right there. Capital of Wales. What's it called again? Is it Cardiff? Something like that. Ireland. Do I want to give you more cities? Of course. I can trace my family lineage to Ireland. It would be doing them a malservice if I didn't honor them in some way. 4th generation, by the way. Completely not Irish at all. It's funny. Some people, usually Americans, like to claim that they're Irish or British or something when they're like 4th generation. You really can't do that unless you're like 2nd generation, in my opinion, at least. People have differing opinions on it, but yep, that's how the cookie crumbles over here. No major cities in the Balkans. That goes for the old map and the new map. Apparently, we'll add in and EH something. Forgot. Yeah, I don't have a good memory if you can't tell. We can do some work down in Algeria. We'll add in a major city there. I think the Middle East is a little bit lacking. Let's see here, we can add Syrian cities. Iran could use a few. Right there. Ish. Not perfect, but we ball. There's well. Anything up here in the Caucasian countries? No. Yeah, this old map really didn't have that many cities on it either. I think we have more African cities on the new map than we do on the old map, which is very good. Morocco looks like they might be missing that down. Bahamas capital is on a smaller. Oh yeah, yep. You are right. Pretty. Well, I'm not 100%, but I think it's on that one. I remember seeing that when I went there. I was looking at the map because that's what weirdos do. They look at maps while they're in countries. Japan needs more cities for sure. Tokyo is like the mega city though. And one right there. Like Kyoto should also be on this map. Right? Unless I just put it down and I'm stupid. Didn't. That's good for Japan. South Korea. They have Busan. I think they're fine. Let's just mostly compare old and new. Like India and China, I think they got nerfed a little bit, especially India. A lot. India. I did get this one though. Let's just we'll throw down a few more for India here. The more populated countries, obviously, they deserve more major cities. Right here. We'll dip right here. Then due north of this, there's one. The major cities definitely, they're not going to have perfect placement, and they never have, and probably honestly never will. So my bad on that. But when you're making your own map like this, it's pretty hard to get it right, especially when I don't have the original reference. Because whoever made this map, obviously they probably traced something, but I don't know what they traced. Central Asia, no more capital cities for them, or major cities for them. Guess not. Europe, for the most part. What about Indonesia? I feel like Indonesia needs more cities. Yeah, they do. Sumatra alone has 3. And on the new map, they have 0. So let's do one right. Looks different. Right across from Malaysia's capital, a little bit to the right there. Then, oh yeah, Singapore. Singapore needs a capital city. Boom. I've been in line with the big island there. And finally, there's one at the end of this little river thing. All right. Java's good. Oh, we can add another one there. We actually have a major city in Borneo on this map, interestingly enough. But we have room for one more over here on the Star Island. What about over here? Nothing? Okay. Papua New Guinea's capital is... Oh no, I fixed it earlier. Cool! Indonesia gets a little bit more. What about the Philippines? I know they have cities a little bit everywhere. So, let's see. One on this island, I think. Down there. Oh, no, we don't. Add it now. Boom. And that's all. Okay, so the Philippines gets a few cities. A lot of cities, actually. Mostly in the south. Taiwan. Yep, I knew they had another one. And there's definitely going to be a lot down here in southeastern China. So let's see here. One there. Like right next to it. And of course, Hong Kong. There's another one there. There's one right there. And then a bit to the north. That river. Or is it southern one? Okay. Boom. Map is missing a lot of major cities for China. Here, I'm sure, yeah. In Manchuria. It's gonna be hard to place the Chinese cities because they're like all like some of them are in the center at least. So let's compare and see. Like that's okay enough. You know that China's a lot really urban over here. And maybe I don't say that often in the videos, but I imagine it being that way. So, and whenever there's an invasion of China, it's like, ugh, urban jungle. Portugal. Nope, nothing in Portugal, unfortunately. We can add, oh no. Is there really no major cities in the Balkans I can add that I have on my current map? Do I have Istanbul down? Yeah. Feels like right. Okay. We can add Odessa and Mariupol, which is already on this map. I want to get the exact location of Odessa right. So, Odessa, Texas? No. How about Ukraine? Or no, Mariupol is what I need to add, not Odessa. Mariupol's over. Oh, what am I thinking? What city's right here that I'm thinking of? What is it? Sevastopol. which is there. Mariupol is over here in Donetsk. I'll throw that down. Okay. I don't know. Is there any other, like, I'll look at chat. Yeah, we have Thessaloniki. Festival is coastal, yeah, right. These the Baltics. Kingston and Jamaica. I thought we got that. Is it in the wrong place? Maybe. Let's see. It is in the wrong place. Oh no, it isn't. This is in relatively the right spot. Columbus, Ohio. The U.S. already has a lot. We have Cleveland too, which I know that's a downgrade, but still. Fourth largest city in Russia. I can't copy and paste it. No. Yes, I can. Add it here. Let me look at the population. 0.5 million. Do we have it already? We do. Unless it's supposed to be like, I think that's what it's supposed to be. Okay. There's going to be a little bit of bias in chat because people want to add certain cities to their countries. Like Norway, I saw someone want to add to Norway, but they already have 2 major cities. Sweden, though, I would be okay with Sweden. Cluj, Romania. $324,000. Let's just look up largest Romanian cities. Cluj. The Cluj Napoca. And I search it up, and it's not a good map. It is, oh, it's in this region, which is right in line with there. I guess I could use Google Maps a little bit. What else we got in Romania here? Icy, Lassie, which is on the border of Moldova. What other? I feel like in Greece, largest Greek cities: Athens, Thessaloniki. We have Patras. That at? It's a peninsula. It is a peninsula. Ah, I knew it. Oh, Greece. We also got Heracles. Greek names. Greek names are something else. That is on. Oh, that's on Crete. We didn't get that one. I think that was on the old map. Then is there worth doing? They're getting kind of smaller now, so we'll settle with that with Greece. What about Serbia? Or just Serbian cities? Oh, Novi Sad. Oh, Novi Sad. Ooh. We had some Novi Sad on the old map. We'll throw it on this one. It is north of Belgrade, and it's right there. What about Nice? I'm not pronouncing these right, obviously, but other than the Serbians, obviously they care. What about Croatia? Largest Croat cities. Capital. Oh wow, that's a big drop in population compared to their capital. But Split. I have heard of Split. Not how it's pronounced in English, or not Croatian, but in English it's pronounced Split. I'm gonna call it Split, and Split is splitting down right there. Who else is there to add? I feel like Venice should be on this map, which somewhere right there, not perfect, but anyone else missing? Like maybe France should have a little bit more, or just French cities. We have Bordeaux, we have Nice, Paris, obviously. We don't have Marseille. South here along the coast, right around there. Ooh, we don't have Lyon either. Oh no, we do have Lyon. I thought this was Nice. This is Lyon. Nice is somewhere around here. How long have I been calling that Lyon or Nice? We got Toulouse. See, if I try to pronounce the names in French, I'm gonna get a bunch of angry French people, which I would like to avoid at all costs. They're gonna behead me if I ever step foot in France. Oh, okay. Now let's add Nice. Nice. So these all the cities in France are not. Well, Nice is on the coast. We already have Nice. We don't. When I lie to myself, what? What was I saying? But all the French cities we just put down, they're all larger than like all the Balkan cities we put down. So it's like the ratio should be like, obviously more populated gets more cities, but like in terms of what I'm doing, like the ratio of cities for more populated countries is a lot less than for the smaller ones. And once again, that's just to kind of make like the wars in the smaller countries more interesting because like, Hungary moves in and they capture this major city, and then Moldova moves in, they capture this major city. Romania is down 2 major cities. They do still have their capital though. And they liberate this major city, and they're able to retake Moldova's capital city. So stuff like that. This makes it more interesting for the smaller scale wars. Anyway, we can add another city in Poland. Boom. Germany, is there anything worth adding? I'm zoomed out enough, I'll see it. Doesn't even look like it. All they have is Hamburg and Munich. Well, I added Frankfurt, which is a little bit left. Birmingham, the UK. We have Manchester, not Birmingham. Right there. Edinburgh is already there. We have Glasgow, which is relatively in the right spot. Edinburgh is like right there. Glasgow. All right. We're adding a lot of things to Europe here, but most of the we can add Gothenburg. Most of the videos, they do have a lot to do with Europe, unless it's like an Empire video outside of Europe. So adding in detail to Europe is good because a lot of European viewers obviously want to make them happy. We can add Bergen into Norway. But the main audience is actually mostly Americans, which is interesting. Because Americans don't care about geography, right? We want to add more major cities to the Baltics. I think that'd be fun. So we'll add one there. Latvia, largest Latvian cities. We're just going to add their second largest city. Riga, then 77,000. We have more subscribers than population in the city of Daugavpils. Hills. I don't know how you pronounce that. Let me know, Latvians. And then Estonia. What's their second largest? Largest Estonian cities. It's Tartu, the intellectual hub. 96,000. Right there. All right. Finland, maybe. Yeah, we can have one to Finland, maybe two. We have Turku and forming like a weird triangle. We have Alu already. Yep. Sweden. Uppsala we can add. There. All right. Europe got seeded out a little bit. I feel like we still need more in like Czechia, and we can add Ostrava into Czechia, which is there, and then Brno. No clue. Slovakia. Who's Slovakia? There are other major cities. There-ish. Hungary. Let's just do largest Hungarian cities. Followed by Debrecen. Which is... Okay, I was looking at it earlier. I was right. This little... We'll add another one in for Hungary. One on the border of Serbia. Boom. I think we're good for everyone else. I guess we'll do one more Bosnian. Sarajevo and Banja Luka. Which is in the north. Right there. About another Albanian one. I think we're going to spread the wealth a little bit here in the Balkans. Rana, obviously. Do this. Oh, it's actually like... There. Tirana, we can push Tirana in. There we go. Bulgaria. We'll do one for Bulgaria, which is Plovdiv. Actually, we might do two for Bulgaria because I see they have pretty high populations. So the more the merrier. Like right there. Then the second one is Varna, which is over here. Right there. All right. Turkey. I think Turkey needs more cities. Istanbul, Ankara, Izmir. I think we already have Izmir on the coast over there. Yeah. Bursa. Right here off the Sea of Marmara. There. Then we got Antalya. Turkey has a lot of very populated cities. Obviously, you know, Turkey's a very populated country, so it makes sense. Konya. Wait. It's like right there. And Adana. Very, very good city name, Adana. Me if I was a woman. There. We'll do one more. Be generous. It's all the way over here on the border of Syria, kind of right there. All right. Is there any like major ones in the north? Because I feel like we need to add one up there. Most of them like on the border of Syria. Turkey has a lot of majors. All right, we're gonna leave it unless this one is on the north. In the north, it is on the Sea of Marmara. All right, never mind. Turkey, you got decked out. Congratulations. What about Iraq? Largest Iraqi cities: Baghdad, Larsa. Larsa exactly is in this section. Right there. Larsa. Barcelona, if you will. Mosul. It's in the north. Right. That's good for Iraq. All right. I don't want to go too crazy. What about Pakistan? Only has 2 major cities. I know they have more than that. Largest Pakistani cities. Karachi, which we have. And then Lahore, which we also have. Yes. Baghdad. Not Baghdad, Islamabad. Oh, this one. You don't have that one yet. So this one is located right to the left. This one. There. And then we'll add in Peshawar. This is a little bit north. Maybe one more. Since these are in like the 3 millions. They have a lot of major cities on the border of India, interestingly enough. Never mind. Maybe one more, Bhutan. I mean, 3 million people is a lot of people, so like we got to add at least the 3 millions. All on the border of India, very strategically located for Pakistan. Anyway, do you have any other suggestions here? Like we've done pretty good. Maybe Turkmenistan deserves a major city. There's city. Ashgabat. We already have that one. That is right here. Uzbek. Namangan. Kazakhstan. I feel like they have cities. Okay. I hit save. Nigeria. We need to address Nigeria. Very populated country. Should have way more cities. Like Lagos isn't even on this map. Their largest city. Here. Try to see if we can get it in line. Boom. Kano. north, kind of like right above Abuja. Bottom there. We'll do one more for Nigeria here. Port Harcourt, which is a well there. Well, right there. Okay. There you go, Nigeria. Anything else? Like the DRC maybe? This is supposed to be which oh, I'm so sure, man. So sure. How long has AdizzPro been on the wrong layer this time around? Let's find out. Oh, lovely. Oh, lovely. Oh, yeah. For a very long time. That's your answer. Jeez. I don't like paint because when you hit the back button, it gets rid of all your dang work. Christ, man. Okay, what's the exact pinpoint? I'm sure it was over in Europe. It was. It was Albania. You know, I don't care enough to fix it. Honestly. Oh God, I hate everything. Whatever. Sure. We just have a ton of cities on the wrong layer now. Like all of Nigeria, Pakistan, Central Asia, Turkey, Iraq, area. Yippee! This is what gives me joy in the world. Anyway, all right. I think we're good with capitals or not capitals, major cities. My humble, honest opinion. Yeah, I think we're good. So, I mean, I'm not really sure what else we can add to the map, honestly, at this point. Oops. Like alliances. I know we did that before. So I guess we do use NATO a lot. All right. Fair enough. We do use NATO a lot. So let's add in NATO. I guess we can add in like ASEAN, ASEAN. I don't know how it's actually pronounced, but we'll throw in all these guys, you know, the NATO bunch. Not Belarus. Be funny though. Alrighty, there's all of Europe. We need Iceland as well. Finland is protected by NATO. And the US obey. Thank you, Darian, for the 5. When you use the wrong layer, just select the dots you place and copy and paste them. Yeah, I'm aware, but the issue is that like it blends together. So I mean, it wouldn't be too hard to do. I can go and do it right now, but I'll do it off camera so you guys don't have to bear me placing down a bunch of dots again. That was probably pretty boring. But good suggestion, and thank you for the donation. Anyhow, we have NATO here now. we'll go ahead and just cut this layer a little bit. So now it kind of fits as a transparent. Yeah. All right. Sure this layer. We can add in. Oh yeah, EU. That wouldn't be bad either. EU. That consists of a lot of nations. Spain. Right. I did it wrong. I gotta make a copy of the background layer, and then we can do it. Spain. I'm just gonna look up map of EU nations so I don't miss any. Spain, Portugal, France, Italy, pretty much all of NATO, Austria, Croatia, Hungary, and everyone. Switzerland here is on an island. Norway is not in the EU, but these guys are. Baltics, Greece, and Cyprus, and Malta. Yeah. All right. Cool. Cool. There's aspiring members, which are a lot of Baltic nations, but they're not official members, so yeah. No, Moldova is also an aspiring member now as well. Years ago, I think. Oop, not Andorra. All right. At the EU, I'm going to lighten them up a little bit. You get rid of background like I did on the NATO layer. Oop, now they're combining together. Interesting. Very interesting. And then the one I've been trying to add, which was ASEAN. Make them. What color? What's the color of ASEAN? What color should I make them? Well, I'll let you guys decide. A little bit of interaction, if you know what I mean. So for some reason, I can't view the donations. So I probably missed a bunch. I'm really sorry if I did, but it's not showing up. Oh yeah, we'll add bricks. Orange, that's what I was kind of thinking. Yellow, orange, yellow, orange. Purple, orange. All right, let's do a poll. We got orange. We got purple. We got yellow. Vote. Looks like that might be orange yellow. Yeah. All right. Orange, you glad I'm back? What he said. Okay. And the members of this mighty alliance are where is it there? Myanmar. We got Everyone in Southeast Asia. Yeah, it's just literally Southeast Asia. Except for Timor Leste. You're not allowed to join. Alrighty. Oops. Boom. Have ASEAN. I kind of want to make them transparent so you can like combine like NATO and the EU together. I think that'd be cool. Try it out. Let's see. So NATO do like 160, and we do EU do 60. Should like combine together countries that are in both. Yeah, hard to see though. Very hard to see. So NATO but no EU would be the light blue. EU but no NATO would be this a little darker one, and then the full blue experience. That's both. That's kind of cool. I do dig that, but it's hard to see. So maybe we change the color of one of them, or change the intensity of the EU. I guess. That that's easier to see. Maybe make NATO a little bit popping. 70. That sort of works. I'll probably have to explain it every time though. Do the same with ASIN. Called it like 5 different names now. Asian. 70. All right. So we have EU, NATO. What else? BRICS. BRICS map. Map of BRICS. They expanded recently. What color for BRICS? I feel like red would make sense, right? So it's Brazil. It's the wrong layer. Again. We got Brazil, we got Russia, we got India, we got China, we got South Africa. Those are your foundational BRICS members. And Russia is always complicated because they have 5 bajillion islands across 5 bajillion miles of territory. Yeah, we'll do that. Cool. China, there you go. View this as well. And then we have the new members, which are Egypt, Ethiopia, there is Iran, and Indonesia. So I always accidentally color in East Timor. Do it again and again. There we go. All right. That's all of the BRICS members, I think. Unless I missed. This might not be right, actually. U 2024, Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, Saudi Arabia, UAE. Indonesia entered soon, or soon after. So it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 countries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, cool. So this is all a BRICS. Go ahead, do the same that we've done so far and just get rid of that so we can overlap. There we go. Cool. And we also have to do the here because Indonesia is technically both. So they're Asian and BRICS. All right. What else can we add to this? We can do like major Arab League. Oh wow. Why is Brazil an observer of the Arab League? Doesn't seem correct, but don't want to assume anything. Well, the Arab League. So that includes Algeria. Get them green. Includes Bahrain. It includes Comoros, which is the Comoros. Yeah, I know which one that is exactly. It's these. Yeah, yeah. See, never doubt the AdizzPro, man. Anyway, Djibouti. We got Egypt, Iraq, Jordan, Kuwait, Lebanon, Libya. So Kuwait, Lebanon, and Libya. Mauritania, Morocco, Oman. Yeah, Morocco, yeah, Oman. Palestine, Qatar, Saudi Arabia. So Palestine, Qatar, and Saudi Arabia. Somalia, Sudan, and Syria. And Tunisia, UAE, Yemen. Asia, UAE, and Yemen. A lot of nations. So we have the Arab League now. I think we'll go ahead and just kind of color in Western Sahara. There we go. And then we'll do the same transparency thing. We'll get a little bit of overlay with the BRICS nations. Cool. The BRICS nations that are in the Arab League are like brown now. Thank you to Anthony Spur for the 10. What is your favorite country from each continent? All right, I'll answer that first before I go into your next. So, favorite country in North America, biased, but the USA. Favorite country in North America I've been to, Haiti. South America, I'm not too sure. I'm gonna say Chile though. I'll say Chile is my favorite in South America. Europe, Netherlands has to be the Netherlands. Africa, it's a good question. I do heavily mess with the nation of Morocco, but I want to think of other options as well. Tanzania, Morocco, Kenya. I'm gonna stick with Morocco as my favorite because Morocco, fun fact, first country to recognize the U.S. of A. And I guess little me found that very flattering in a way. So I mess with Morocco, but Tanzania, Kenya, also up there, and then over in Asia, also a good question. Sometimes I haven't really thought about this that much. I'm gonna say Vietnam. It's gonna be Vietnam, maybe not Philippines. Japan, South Korea. That's like such a Westerner answer, though. I'm trying to be a little bit more unique. Vietnam. We'll go with Vietnam. Vietnam, Japan, South Korea. Then Oceania. Fiji. I was gonna say Australia. No, Fiji. Fiji supremacy. I'll read the rest of your message now. Also, you should do a video removing the top country from each statistic. So, like, military power? It's not really a statistic, but more of a group of statistics. Top economic power, so US gone, or yeah, US gone. Top military power, US also gone. Richest nation, China gone. Poorest nation, whatever the poorest nation is, gone. Okay, I mean, I feel like we would need like a boundary to include like what statistics we'd use. Remove the country with the highest population, area, economy. Okay, yeah, I should have read the rest of it before, but yeah, not a bad idea. So it would be U.S., China gone. Pretty much all the big power countries would be gone. Four nations would be gone. Highest populated, which is India, gone. It's not a bad idea. So once again, thank you, Anthony, for the 10. Religious map? I don't know. I feel like we don't really talk about religious stuff. It's not really important in the war scenario, so. CSTO, we could do CSTO. And I thought Armenia left. Did Armenia leave CSTO? Not formally withdrawn, so they're technically still there, but I know they are wanting out. This will be our CSTO layer. And for their color, let's see, we already have red, we have green, blue. We don't have any yellow, so we'll do yellow. CSTO is Russia. We got ourselves a Armenia, Belarus, Kazakhstan, and Kyrgyzstan, and Tajikistan. So 1, 2, 3, 6, 1, 6. All right, cool. It's everyone. Now it kind of looks like that Russia's in ASEAN, which is not true. We can make them like a darker one. Maybe a lighter orange. I don't know. I think it's fine. There's an orange difference you can kind of tell, but here are our alliances. Is there any nation that's in 3? I don't think so, because the Western ones usually don't dabble in outside stuff, and obviously the non-Western ones aren't going to dabble in the Western stuff. So I think Indonesia is probably the one that's closest to being able to say that. Maybe Egypt. But anything else? African Union, that's like literally all of Africa. So British Commonwealth. I don't really need to look it up as well. All right, 15. So we shall add the British Commonwealth. We're gonna make them purple because purple is the color of royalty or something like that. Oi, bruv. Right. We got the UK, Antigua, and Barbuda. Let me make sure I get the right one. Second guessing myself. Barbuda. Such a beautiful country. Yep. Antigua and Barbuda, which is well, too small to add. We'll go to the Bahamas though. We got Australia. please. Oh, Canada. As I'm tired from doing nothing. Lovely. Make sure we don't accidentally color in any part of the US or Greenland. Bada bing, bada boom. Yeah, Grenada, which they might. Yeah. Nope, they're not. Here, too small. Jamaica, though, they're good. New Zealand, Papua New Guinea, Bougainville, Kitts and Nevis. I think they are on this. Sure. Too small. Wait, no. Are these ones? Not those. They're too small. St. Lucia. Are they going to be on it? Let's see. I think so. Yes, they are. St. Lucia is... It doesn't look like how it does in the picture. It does on the map. They are... Oh, no, they're not. They are... This one. Too small. Alright, does anyone want to actually fit on the map St. Vincent and the Grenadines? I don't think so. Let's find out, though. Can we get St. Vincent on here? No, no, we can't. Okay, UK. We get the Solomon Islands, though. Let's go. Into the map, Solomon Islands. And we get Tuvalu. Let me make sure I get Tuvalu right. I don't want to make anyone angry. Oh, no. That is unless Tuvalu isn't on the map. Which I don't think they are, now that I'm looking at. Tuvalu's like right over here. I think it's this one. Square. Too small. But we do have Tonga time. This is Commonwealth. Let's go ahead and dim them a little bit. We can do that. This is bricks. And change the layering. Make it kind of seem different. So I think I'll do that. This is the Arab League. That. CSTO is fine. It's like of Indonesia, so I'll do that. NATO and the EU, I can switch if I wanted to. I think NATO on top makes more sense though. Alright. Here's our alliances, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we're good. Oh, I can see the donations now. Okay, cool. Thank God. Let me do a proper thanking of the people who have thrown money my way. Please stop wasting your money on me. I don't deserve it. TGG, welcome to Superfan. I thought you were already a Superfan. This is so laggy. Oh wow. Thank you, Charks, for the 2. You do 197 Battle Royale, everyone FFA at once. It would be way too chaotic. No, I've thought about doing that video before, but it would be a 3-hour-long video where everyone is invading each other, and I don't know. I would be. Excuse me. The logistics of that would be really hard to properly map out. So I don't know. Tio, thank you for the 17. What if Denmark and Sweden united to become Swemark? I think we've done a Nordic Union video before. GS mapping of the content, thank you. James, thank you for the 2. Put a Waterloo on Canada map. We're not doing that yet. I'm not sure if we will. Thank you, Mugfin, for the 2. You said you're sick of mapping. Take a break. We're in daily upload week, man. When you use the wrong layer, just select the dots. Okay, Darian, I got that one earlier. Thank you. Next Minecraft video that's coming up Monday. Thank you, Rough Jays, for the 40. Sup, it's like 40 cents. I still appreciate it equally. Anthony, thank you again for the 10. Welcome to the membership program. Alexander and Mugfin, thank you for another 2. You said you're sick of mapping, take a break. No, I don't like taking breaks because it hurts analytically. We ball. Anyway, I'm gonna do what people were suggesting to do. First, I'm gonna uncheck all these though. But we are going to quickly come over here. We're going to go bleh. We're going to X those. I think we can still fill them in. Hopefully. Yes, we can. Alright, there we go. That's fixed, and then we'll simply just come to the cities layer. Boom. Oh no. Wait. How's it doing? Interesting. I think that looks right. Yeah, okay, cool. Alright, good suggestion. Thanks, nephew. We fixed that, thank gosh. And alliance-wise, I think that's really it, really. Bulgaria's capital is a little too west. That is true. It is not all the way. It is kind of. It's right there. Rio Pack is kind of useless. SEO. Oh, the Shanghai Cooperative. Kind of overlaps with whatchamacallit, but we'll do it. We're gonna make these guys. We're gonna make them pink. Shanghai Corporation. Blah, blah, blah. Cooperation. Boom, boom. Boom. India, Pakistan, Burma, Afghanistan, Thailand, Nepal, and Bhutan. Russia. China, India, Pakistan, Russia, Iran, Belarus. Yeah, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan. SCO. How does that overlay with everything else? Oh, we're getting some funky colors on this map, lads. Okay. It pinkifies everything, so let's go around it. There we go. Maybe not. Maybe bricks can be a little bit more. It's hard to see with the transparency for sure. But in most cases, we're not going to be looking at the transparency one, or like multiple layered ones. Like if I want to look at BRICS, and here's BRICS. I want to look at the SCO. There's the SCO. If there's ASEAN, Commonwealth, there's STO or CSTO, NATO, Arab League. British Commonwealth is missing. I looked it up. There are 15 members that are countries that are fully independent but recognize the British monarch, their official head of state. The remaining 41 members their own distinct monarchies. Well, they do not have the British monarch as their head of state. All members recognize the British monarch purely as a symbolic head of the Commonwealth. Okay, so it's 41 other countries that I have to add to the Commonwealth? These are the Commonwealth countries. I thought like the Commonwealth would be like the ones that are like directly have King Charles as head of state. Which are these ones. Right? And then obviously like India doesn't have the British king as their head of state. So I feel like they're not really, they don't fit the memo here. Because otherwise it's just like the old British colonial empire. All members recognize the British monarch purely as symbolic head of the Commonwealth. So they're symbolically a part of it, not actually. I don't think they count. Yeah. Oh, okay. Some weren't even former British colonies. Yeah, that's true. I was looking at the list. Like there's Cyprus. Okay. There's the British sure did get around a lot. It's a lot of countries they colonized. Okay. It's mostly British countries. Other than Cyprus. But they have ports in Cyprus. East African Federation. Could do that. Berlin is too east. True. Yeah, there's like a slight. Some capitals are like weirdly shifted. Like Bulgaria was too far west, but Berlin is too east. It doesn't make sense. Like, how did that happen? New Zealand's major cities? We have Wellington, which isn't even in the right spot. New Zealand major cities. Then we'll go Google Maps. Auckland. Very tip top. There. We got Wellington, which I need to actually just place back down. That is south side over here. Got Christchurch. Great name. Who thought of that? The British? There. So Hamilton, we'll throw that down as the last one. Only imagine who thought of that one. Hope that's the. That is in the north as well. All right. There's New Zealand's major cities. Thank you, Kobality, for the 2. We give Germany the Oder-Nice line. We're not really doing that right now. But thank you for the donation. I didn't have Argentina, right? Yeah. Fine. There. All right. We got alliances, major cities. We got, of course, the base layer. I think we're pretty good so far. I don't really know what else I could actually add to this. I think we have enough alliances. Whew. We have like all of the major alliances in the world, so what are nuclear powers? Um, sure. Why not? Really, it's not really an alliance thing. It's just more so of a layer thing. It's good. That's what I'm more so trying to go for here. So, nuclear powers, Americans. It always takes so long to color the U.S. because of this spot in Alaska specifically. It sucks. It would be easier if we just annexed Canada, because then I don't gotta worry about it. I can just brush over it all. Go. U.S., the UK. Scary. Oi, bro, if we got some nukes in it. French people, they also have nukes. Scary. We got Israel. Russia. This color. We're good. China. India, Pakistan. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 8. It's everyone, right? Oops. US, Russia, China, France, UK, India, Pakistan, Israel. Oh yeah, North Korea. Duh. Okay. Same thing as usual. Let's take a look at a map of BRICS nations with nukes. It ever loads. There we go. BRICS nation. Oh, I didn't do the BRICS nations with nukes are in the dark green. So Russia, China, India. About NATO nations with nukes, we can do that. They would be in the dark green. US, France, and the UK. Right. About members of the SEO with nukes, we can do the same thing there. That includes a large number of countries like China, India, Pakistan, Russia. Oh, that's because natives. Pink ones are non-nuclear SCO powers. All right, that's cool. North Korea is a nuclear nation without. All right, I like that. That's cool. I mean, I'm not sure if we'll ever use this because we don't ever really use nukes in videos, but honestly, so cool. Religion map useless. Rivers and mountains. I don't know how I would go about doing that, because the way that I had rivers on the old map was literally just from map chart, because the map came with rivers, and I'd never known that until I went back to check. We got rivers here. The issue is that this new map didn't come with rivers, and it's not like map chart where I can just like tick a box and it appears. There is none. So, I can't. I don't think I can, at least. I mean, I've tried this before. I've tried to copy paste the rivers onto it. It didn't really work. Give it a shot, though. Already, you can kind of tell it's not going to work. It's kind of weird doing this as well. So, what goes where? Yeah, that it's not gonna work. It just doesn't fit this map at all. Hello, USA. Thank you for. Oh, crashed for some reason. Oh, great. Just stop streaming. Oh, we're good. What was I trying to do there? I was trying to view the donation. Hello USA. Hello Adizz, how you doing? Can you add EU? We have EU down. Hello Adizz, how are you doing? Can you add EU? Thank you for the 2. We have EU. Right there. EU nuclear powers. Take a check at that. France. That's it. The only nuclear power in the EU. Nationality map. Nationality map? Oh, you mean like ethnic backgrounds, like Slavic, like a race map? Nationality map. I mean, this kind of is a nationality map, is it not? Nations. I mean, I know that not really. But, Border disputes. I could do that, but there's so many, and then people will be like complaining about Kashmir, like every single video about India. Add nukes, all like nuclear numbers. Honestly, it's a cool idea. Mess with it. So let's do it. So, how many nukes each country have? This is like estimate. E. Russia, okay, USA, they say 5,000 to 5,200. I'm just gonna do the. We're gonna do the. Why are the estimates so different? I guess no one truly knows. I'm gonna go off of this one. No, that's off Facebook. Statista, that's what we're gonna use. They have the US at having around 3,700 nuclear bombs. Make this more red anyway. 3,700 for the USA. Russia is at 4,309 for them. China at 600. We got France at 290. First, let's do 180. All the big country. Now we make a smaller font. And then France, they had it 290. UK 225. Pakistan at 170. Israel has a 90. And North Korea has 50. Once again, these are probably not accurate, but no one really knows the total number because countries keep that stuff secret. So there we go. Number of nuclear warheads now. Ideology map. Why is Vancouver included? Oh, I probably brushed over it on accident. All right, I think that for the most part, this is going to do us a lot better now. And of course, like I said, I'm going to copy and paste the capitals and the cities over onto Alternate Future Season 3. I'm not going to show you that because there's spoilers for tomorrow's video. I would do Antarctica's claims, but it projects really weirdly, so it's kind of hard to do because most maps have the circular projection of Antarctica with the claims, and it's really hard to translate here. It's hard to translate in Alternate Future, which is different than in real life, but whatever. Bhutan has 10,000 nukes. All right. Oh no. An ideology map would be 5 communist countries, crap ton of democracies / republics, a sprinkling amount of monarchies, and then what? I guess authoritarian states, but like things like countries like Russia are considered democracies even though they're not. So I feel like it would the map would just be blue, small pockets of red, and small pockets of like purple. I'm not sure if it's really worth adding because most countries are democracies. There's a season 3 of Alternate Future, bro. You've been living under a rock. France is a corrupt democracy. Don't worry, you don't have it as bad as some other democracies do. Power ranking map? Like the numbers on every country. I thought that would be cool. Honestly, I've been wanting to do that for a while, so we might as well do it here. So power ranking. And I'm just gonna literally go to global firepower and do it. It's the newest one, 2026. This is what I'm after. Power index. So literally what we're gonna do is just throw a number over it. Like 1. Strongest country in the world, number 1. Should I make it like black or red? I have to go to the bathroom real quick. So I'm gonna do a poll. Color for how do you spell that? Color for power ranking. Either red or black. And I will be right back. And I'm back. What's the poll looking like? Red? Pretty close, actually. Make it 50-50? What? Oh, you mean the vote. Red is winning by a very narrow margin. How many people we got watching? Like 100? 219. Okay. So once we get to 150, I think we'll be calling. I think 170. Red too bright. We can make it like a darker red. Shout me out or else. Shaking them up. We can make it like a. We can like meet. If it's 50-50, we'll meet in the middle. We'll make it like dark red. Boom. We're just gonna make it dark red because it's close. Now I have another poll question for you guys. Global firepower has Russia stronger, but I would argue against that. I'm gonna put it to you guys to decide this for the fate of all videos. Russia, China. I mean, obviously China has Russia has way more nukes. And that is a fair point. You could say that because Russia has more nukes, they are more powerful. Military-wise, China's stronger. Let's be real here. Global firepower. And I think you guys mostly agree. Mostly agree. China is conventionally stronger, but Russia has the nuclear capacity. But let's not act like 300 nukes isn't enough to cripple Russia into oblivion. So, at the end of the day, when you're both firing nukes at each other, there are no winners. So, that's my argument against the nuclear counter argument. Not even close, China. Yeah, I would agree. I get flamed sometimes for saying that China's stronger in my videos. But alright, we're gonna go ahead and end that poll early because it's not close at all. So China, you get the number 2. Russia, you get the number 3 spot. Well, this is where things get interesting. Global firepower has India at 4. They have. Let me go down a few fonts because it's kind of a drop off. India's at 4, and then there's a big drop off. South Korea's at 5. And they have France at 6. I think we'll make it proportionate to the country size, kind of. There's 6. They got Japan at 7. Stick that in there. They got UK at 8. They got Turkey at 9. Boom. Italy at 10. So I think for the most part, we're gonna We're gonna follow global firepower rankings. Because that's like the best one that I have. UK is 5, UK is 6. But not according to the chart that I used for all the other videos. The UK has apparently gone down in rankings, so much so that Japan surpassed them. They were 7 last year. Oh no, they were 6 last year. They were surpassed by France and Japan. Other than that, it stayed the same in the top 10. Let's see. Who is stronger militarily, UK or Japan? Is generally considered to have a stronger military overall due to its nuclear arsenal. Okay. Not conventional. roughly comparable conventional military capabilities. Goals. Japan maintains a larger, highly advanced conventional force focused on regional deterrence and territorial defense. Japan has far more troops than the UK. They spend a little bit less. Both operate highly capable fleets. UK maintains a globally deployed carrier strike group, which, I mean, yeah, 40 vessels. So Japan operates a significantly larger air fleet, though, 300 compared to the UK, which is not listed. So Japan is stronger than the UK. And then I already know the answer to this one. Let's just double check. UK or France? Two strongest conventional militaries in Europe. Their strengths lie in different areas. France has a larger standing army, greater strategic autonomy, and more fighter jets, while the UK holds a distinct advantage in naval power, defensive spending, and expeditionary logistics. Ground forces, France. Air forces, France. Naval forces, UK. France is stronger, in my opinion, so... Who is stronger? Okay, conventionally, Italy or Germany. I know Italy, or not Italy. Germany's been building up their military. Italy possesses a stronger conventional military than Germany in terms of expeditionary capabilities, naval power projection, and equipment inventory. Germany has a larger economy, not related to the military, and population, also not really located or related to military. Italy ranks higher overall in global firepower and naval power, more air power and land, features a robust air force. Germany slightly behind Italy in global power rankings. Land power focus, prioritizes mechanized heavy armor and land-based air defense. Current status: Germany's conventional military capability is in a massive transitional rebuilding phase to address the decades of post-war underinvestment in equipment readiness issues. Ultimately, total war economy, industrial capacity are considered. Germany has the long-term potential to outscale Italy. However, in terms of immediate operational readiness, combat-ready hardware, and naval power projection, Italy's conventional forces are more formidable. You heard it here first, folks. Global Firepower Index may not be full of crap. And they aren't, because this is an actual, like, they measure the military. They have all the sizes down. You can literally compare countries as well. But no, this is mostly on conventional military. I mean, yes, nukes are a factor, but like, if you're like saying who's stronger, Turkey or Pakistan, Turkey has a stronger military than Pakistan. But obviously Pakistan is going to wipe Turkey off the map. That doesn't mean they're like stronger militarily. It just means that they have nuclear bombs and they're going to use them. So military is what we're going after here, conventional military size. With that being said, though, we can finally get back to it. Brazil, number 11 here. Number 12 is Germany. They might have surpassed Brazil by now. Let's look that one up. Hold on. Do Germany or Brazil? Germany generally possesses a stronger conventional military than Brazil due to high defense spending, more advanced technology platforms, and integration to the NATO alliance. Brazil has a larger active duty troop count and dominates South America. Germany leads in equipment quality, budget, and global power projection. Spending manpower 134,000 to 762,000. Jesus. And then 1.3 million in reserve. And Germany has 183 active duty, 130 in reserve, air and sea, air power. Germany operates total aircraft 502 aircraft. Damn, Brazil, I didn't know you had that many. 224 for Germany. Are they? Oh, I'm sure they're not. I don't want to assume anything, but they're probably not as. Oh no! Oh no! I read it wrong. Germany does have more. Germany has 589 aircraft, 224 dedicated combat fighters within a fleet of 589. Brazil has 502. 65 combat jets, modern domestically integrated multi-role fighters. Okay. Naval power, both nations operate roughly 70 naval vessels, though Germany focuses heavily on advanced frigates and modern submarine fleet. Brazil maintains a larger overall maritime footprint optimized for patrolling the Atlantic. High advanced main battle tanks. and more than 9,200 armored vehicles. Brazil, smaller number of tanks, 295 MBTs, and over 2,250 armored vehicles. Conclusion: on a direct global scale, Germany's massive financial advantage hardware, and NATO backing give it a decisive edge. However, in a localized defensive war within South America, Brazil's sheer geographical scale, local expertise, and logistical advantages will make an invasion extraordinarily difficult. So they're pretty similar. Even global firepower has them within 0.01 of each other. So what do you guys think? Do you think that I should have Germany at 11 or Brazil at 11? Who's stronger? Germany, Germany, Brazil, Germany, Brazil, 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 Germany, Germany. Make a poll. Yeah, you are correct. So global firepower has Brazil stronger, and that's what we're going with. And I'm gonna automatically by default go Brazil. But based off of what I just read, it could also be Germany. So you guys might be choosing Germany. Trade routes on map? I mean, modern trade routes are all ocean. And I feel like, I mean, if we were to look at trade routes, it would be literally just and then maybe a little bit of woo, and a little bit of woo, and then we got a like and maybe sometimes a and a lot of boom and boom. Yeah, that's what trade routes look like nowadays. Anyhow, looks like you guys want Germany to be stronger, so I guess Germany is stronger now, even though global firepower would disagree with you. Sorry, Brazil. Yeah. 12 for Brazil, 11 for Germany. And I don't think we're really gonna ask. I'm not gonna ask like what you guys think in regards to the rankings anymore, because I mean I don't want to do this all day. So number 13 is Indonesia. Number 14 is Pakistan. Number 15 is Israel. Number 16 is Iran. Yeah. Number 17, oh shoot. 17 is Australia. 18, Spain. 19 is going to be Egypt. That's 18. 20 is Ukraine. Stronger than Poland? Oh, Poland has a big military. Ah, number 21, Poland. Taiwan 22. Vietnam is 23. 24 will be Thailand. $25, Saudi Arabia. And 26 is Sweden. 256. I would hope not. Oh, the dogs are down here. Algeria ranks at 27. We got not too big. Well, yeah. 28, Canada. 29, Singapore. That's funny. That's really funny to think about. The 28th strongest country, the second largest in the world, Canada. Number 29, Singapore. City-state. 30, Greece. Historic nation of great history and mythology, outpaced by a small city-state in Asia. 31, North Korea. Nuclear power, by the way. And then 32 we have Argentina. I don't know if Brazil and Argentina were so far apart militarily. 33, Nigeria. This is going to be really good for like empire videos and stuff as well, because this will help me out, of course, without having to look up global firepower, because now I'm just kind of integrating it onto the map. I'm gonna have like a sponsor thing, like brought to you by Global Firepower Ratings. Netherlands, got Myanmar now, we're really over here. I think this isn't like a list of every single country, which is good. Because I don't want to do this all day, but all of the weaker nations won't get a number, unfortunately. So they'll just be so weak that they're going to be unranked. If they're in an Empire video, then oh boy. You can already bet you I'm rolling them over. So Bangladesh, 37. I'll put theirs in there. Portugal, 38. Got Norway at 39. South Africa. This is our fourth African nation. We only have 2 in South America, 3 in North America. Most of them are in Europe and Asia, which makes sense. There's a lot of countries in those continents. There's also a lot of countries in Africa. Philippines, 41. There's right there. 42 would be Malaysia. There's right. Very funny to imagine Singapore trying to invade Malaysia. Like in my head, that doesn't make sense because obviously Malaysia would win that war, right? Like, there's no way Singapore could invade Malaysia, right? That wouldn't happen. That defies the laws of geography in my head. But you never know. We've seen crazier things. 43 is what we're at right now. Yeah, so that's Colombia. Colombia was a little stronger than that. Not stronger than Mexico, so yeah, this kind of checks out. 44 is Iraq. And these ratings will not be in Alternate Future Season 3 because obviously they're not staying true to what that world is like. And I don't think I'm going to do ratings like these in Alternate Future Season 3 because they would change so much. Like, it isn't like Wixo where I can just do a brief top 10 ranking. Or like, this isn't like Wixo where I can do a brief top 10 ranking. These would have to change like every single thing. At least modernly, I would only have to change this like every year and not every video. Denmark being 45 is interesting. I'll put theirs in the ocean. 46 we have Switzerland. 47 is Ethiopia. 48 is Finland. Thought they would be a little stronger as well. 49 is Chile. Peru. 51, Venezuela. So here are all the South American countries. 52 is Romania. Tiny bit weaker than I thought they'd be. Now I'm saying that like relative to the other countries, because like when I look at the power rankings, I don't really look at the countries around it. I just look at the country I'm focusing on. So I'll think like, oh yeah, Romania 52, that makes sense. But seeing that they're weaker than Peru, I'm like, really? Or weaker than like, even now, weaker than Singapore, Malaysia. But anyway, Uzbekistan is at 53. We have the UAE at 54. At 55 is Czechia. 56, we have Morocco. Thought they would be stronger as well. Thought they would be stronger than like Romania and definitely Czechia. Hungary is 57. At 58 is Kazakhstan. At 59 is Angola. '60 is Azerbaijan, first Caucasian nation. Belgium 61. Belgium is, let's say, Belgium's stronger than Romania. I'm just trashing Romania at this point. That's not true. 62 is Bulgaria. 63 will be Serbia. 64 DRC. 65 is Cuba. 66 is Sudan. 7 will be Austria. This is probably getting pretty boring. Don't worry, we're almost at 100. 68 will be Sri Lanka. Mine is Slovakia. 70 is Belarus. Belarus is weaker than Slovakia. Interesting. Weaker than Singapore and Uzbekistan. I think they rely mostly on Russia, so it makes sense. Qatar is 71. 72 is Ecuador. And also, I was just kind of thinking, if we were to do like World War scenarios, we can add all the numbers up, and the lowest number is the stronger team. So that would be interesting to do. Like if we were to do like a World War III scenario, we would add up all the numbers. So 1 plus 8 plus 6 plus 11, blah, 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 of NATO. And then we have for Russia and China, it would be 3 plus 2 plus 16 plus 19, maybe 70. And then it would be like the lowest number of the two would be the stronger team. That doesn't really work, because like if it were Russia and China and India versus the US, that would be 1 versus 9, right? And then obviously those 3 countries would probably be able to take over the US. So it doesn't work in that case, in which we might do averages. So 9 divided by 3 would be 3. The US is still stronger. Don't think so. But like in large scale wars, I think that would work. Anyway, what was the number we just did? It was Ecuador 72. So 73 is Croatia. There. 74 will be Jordan. 75 is Bahrain. 76 is Kuwait. So now we're getting to the Gulf states. 77 is Albania, the mighty land of Albania. Get that in there. 78 will be Turkmenistan. Weaker than Albania, by the way. Most nations are. Okay. 79 is Tunisia. 80 will be Libya. All right, 81, Paraguay. A little bit in an unfortunate position down here in South America, being sandwiched between Brazil and Argentina. We're both top 35 powers, but one of them is Bolivia. Will Paraguay be able to invade Bolivia? Not so sure. But size apparently doesn't matter. Cambodia, where are you, my friend? You're 83. Before will be Kenya. They're a little weaker than I thought they would be. 85 is Chad. I think they'd be up here. 86 is Oman. 87 is Syria. 88 is Lithuania. 89 is Tanzania. And 90 would be New Zealand. Okay. Now, so it goes all the way up to, oh boy, it goes all the way to 145. We're getting there, boys. Don't worry. Slovenia, 91. And we got 92 being Mozambique. Weaker than I thought they were. 93 is Mongolia. '94 is going to be Ireland. I did go live on the wrong channel. Whoops. 95 will be Georgia. Got a notification for myself. Interesting. 96 is Guatemala. 7 will be Uruguay. I wonder who's 100. 98 is Yemen. 99 is Cameroon. Big 100 is Tajikistan. I thought Kyrgyzstan was stronger than Tajikistan. Whoops. Armenia is 101. It's kind of hard to see, but it's right there. 102 is Latvia. Making 103 be... Let me get the size right. Small. 103 is Honduras. Where art thou? There you are. 104 is Mali. 105 is Zimbabwe. 6 is Estonia. 7 is Uganda. 108 is the Ivory Coast. 109 is Kyrgyzstan. 110 it will be Luxembourg. Stronger than Bosnia, by the way. 111 is Zambia. And we have Ghana. 112. South Sudan. 114 North Macedonia. 115 Dominican Republic. 6 Nicaragua. 7 the Republic of Congo. 118 is Lebanon. Lebanon. 119 Eritrea. Good song, by the way. Then 120 is Niger. 121 Afghanistan. 2 is Namibia. 123 is Mauritania. 124 is Nepal. 125 is Laos. Six Senegal. 127 Burkina Faso. 128 is Montenegro. 129 is El Salvador. 30 is Botswana. 31 Madagascar. Are there penguins in Madagascar? 32 is Gabon. 133. Finally, we have the mighty nation of Bosnia. They are one of the weakest nations in the Balkans, behind Kosovo. I don't know if they actually consider Kosovo a nation in this. We'll see soon enough. 34 Iceland. Congratulations to Iceland for ranking. I didn't think they would. 135 Panama. Now Costa Rica will rank though. 36 is Moldova. Very small number. 37 is Somalia. 38 Benin. This is literally just counting with AdizzPro. I'll get Benin and Togo mixed up again. 30. 39. Here's Kosovo. $140 is Sierra Leone. No, 140, not 149. Wait. 141, Liberia, right next door. 142 is Suriname. 43 is the Central African Republic. And 44 is Belize. And finally, 145 is Bhutan. All right. So that is all of the countries that are ranked on global firepower rankings. And obviously, it's not every single country in the world, but it is most of them. So nations like Togo, they're not ranked. Equatorial Guinea isn't ranked. Rwanda and Burundi. Malawi isn't ranked. Lesotho, Eswatini. Djibouti isn't ranked. Neither is a few nations in Europe, like the microstates, obviously. Those are really it in Europe. We're in the Americas, there's a crap ton. Costa Rica isn't ranked. Jamaica, Haiti, the Bahamas aren't ranked, which makes sense. Guyana isn't ranked. What else? Oceania, Papua New Guinea isn't ranked. Fiji, Solomon Islands, Vanuatu, obviously. Over here, Southeast Asia, everyone is ranked. Central Asia's everyone is ranked. So we got all like the big countries that we usually map with, but like some of the smaller ones, they aren't ranked, which is fine because if you're unranked, then you're probably going to get steamrolled unless there's 2 unranked countries going to war, which I don't think is possible anywhere other than Rwanda and Burundi, in which case I would just do some research. So no big deal there. Anyway, though, egg, I am real. We forgot number 0, Antarctica. How could I be so silly? All right, the rankings of the world are done. This will help out with mapping a lot, in my opinion, I think. So let's just kind of do a demonstration here. Let's say, obviously, these numbers are not permanent. Let's say that, what's a good region? Tunisia and Libya are going to war. Big deal. Tunisia would win. But if Algeria joins the war on the side of Libya, then obviously now the tide has changed. Algeria is way stronger. We add in Morocco on the side of Tunisia. Things get a little interesting. Let me punch some numbers real quick and see if this checks out at all. So 56 plus 79, that gives us a total power of 135. 27 plus 80 would be 107, which checks out. So Algeria and Libya would be stronger than Morocco and Tunisia in this case. I think that works, even though it's a 2-front war. Obviously, there's a ton of factors that go into that. What about the averages theory? So that divided by 2, 53.5 for the blue team. 6 plus 79, 67.5. So yeah, once again, that kind of checks out, the blue team being stronger at 53.5. That is a 14 place decimal difference, or 14 point difference, not 14. Something around. Guyana, Jesus, it is 14. What if we add in Egypt to the red team? It gives them 19. So let's do the math theory again. Let's do 19 plus 79 plus 56. That gives us 154 power ranking. And then 27 plus 80, that gives us 107. So that suggests theoretically the blue team would be stronger, in which case the numbers are wrong, because at this point, the red team is very clearly stronger. So let's try the average theory. So 19 plus 79 plus 56 divided by 3, an average of 51.3. 51.3, which is lower than the average of Algeria and Libya together, which is 53.5. So the average theory suggests that the red team is stronger, but the number theory, which is not what I'm going to use, suggests that the blue team is stronger, even though very clearly it's not. So it kind of, I don't know, the average thing, it probably won't work. Let's throw in a wrench in there. Let's say that, like, let's say Niger is on the blue team. Let's see what this does to the averages here. So 53.5 is what they're at right now. If we add in Niger, we're adding in 23. Their average actually goes down to 75, which doesn't make sense, right? Because for the red team, it's still, I think, 1. So it doesn't make sense that their power ranking would go down. In which case, it doesn't really work. So I won't use it, but I was just kind of curious on what the numbers would punch out to. In my head, it didn't make sense, so not wrong. Cut it up and divide by -1. Let's see what that does. 27 plus 80 plus 120 divided by -1. Negative 227. So I don't know if that's 56 plus 79 divided by -1. 154. So yeah, if you're trying to inverse it, that makes sense. Like on a positive scale. So like if we did, I guess, a war scenario where France and Turkey were at war with Italy and, let's say, Poland, would be a pretty close war. Actually, let's give Italy a stronger teammate. Let's give them, we want to give them like 13. Who's number 13? 13. Indonesia. Okay, maybe not 13, maybe 14. I don't know. Strongest country in Europe that is not on a team. Let's do Spain. Okay, now here we go. Let's try that theory now. 6 plus 9 divided by -1, -15. Okay, and then Italy plus Spain is 28 divided by -1, which is going to be -28. 28. So that would suggest that the red team is stronger, which is true. And they're stronger by 13 points. Not sure if it's that much of a difference, but that checks out for the most part, I guess. What do you guys think? French guy out on the nuke map? You right. You is correct. The dogs are barking out there. I don't know if you guys can hear me or not. I don't think there's like a mathematical thing we can do with the rankings, because global firepower does have like decimal numbers for each country. And if we were to do something with that, we would use those. But it doesn't mean that these numbers necessarily are like useless in value, because they're ranking the decimals. Like the shortest decimal is number 1, and the longest decimal is 150 or 145. So I don't know if we can do math this to figure out power ranking. I don't know. I'll let you guys think about that. Maybe send me a comment or a message on Discord if you can figure out a math equation I could use to make this make sense. Because once again, if we throw in, if we want to make the blue team stronger, we'll throw in a country like, I guess, Germany. Germany would work, right? But Germany, we add Germany in. Does that make them stronger than the red team? It makes France cooked. I know that much. Let's see. 11 plus 10 plus 18. That's -39 compared to 15, which would suggest that the red team is stronger. So even though the blue team is probably stronger here, they're not really getting weighed in properly. So let's say that we add in, what if we add in Russia? Russia is now on the blue team. Obviously, the blue team would win this. Mathematically, though, I don't think the equation works, right? No, negative 42 compared to negative 15. So it just doesn't work. In that case, the bigger number would be better. But in the case of a small scale war, the smaller number is better. Like France versus Germany. Obviously, France is going to win. Even if we were to add in, I guess, Luxembourg, smaller number, France wins. Even though this is way larger. Even though in the previous scenario we looked at, the larger number wins. So I don't know if there's an equation or not. I'm going to stop talking about it, though, because I think we're done with the stream. It's 4 o'clock. I've been doing this for 3 hours now. We have improved the world map tremendously. We have alliance layers like the old one did. We have major cities and capital cities like the old one did. We also have nuclear powers now, which looks like this. I need to fix that again. There you go. Oh. There you go. Please. Green. There you go. All right, we'll save that. Actually, uncheck it and save it. So we've done a lot to improve it. Unfortunately, still no terrain, still no rivers. I don't know how I'd even be able to do that unless I sent this map to someone and told them to do it. I wouldn't wish that on anyone because that would take forever. Ideology map, I feel like is kind of useless. Russia is third because they voted on making Russia third. Also donations. Let me read those real quick. Thank you to... Ooh. Thank you, Bobby, for the 279. You make a map download, please. I don't see why not. Yeah. If I remember to, I'll post it in the Discord server later after I edit alternate future. Thank you for the 2 Addy. Add Belfast as a major city. All right, sure. Belfast map. It's the Northern Irish city. 5. Boom. Belfast is right there. There you go. Then thank you to the ball. What? The ball tool Cats Maniac. Thank you for the 2. Is this pre-recorded? No, not pre-recorded. Obviously, I'm reading your donation. So, yeah. It is say hello, hello. I think this is gonna work. I think this map, obviously, so far is better than their old map. The only thing is that it has rivers and stuff, which is cool. New one does not have rivers, and the city placement on this map is a lot better than it is on the newer map because that was a layer that map chart had. Let's see, this layer kind of tells you where they're all at. It gives me the names so I can say them in the videos, which I won't have in the new map, which is fine. It makes me learn better. But yeah, you can see just how many more cities are in India compared to now. A lot. Oh, we got most of them done. Mumbai is there. Not as many cities in like the upper area. It's fine though. But yeah, that is going to do it for today's stream. Unless you guys have like one really good last minute thing to add. Krakow, we already added Krakow. Number, add those up. The reciprocal of the number, and add those up. That might work. Let me I'm trying to remember what a reciprocal is. Sorry, I haven't done math since my junior year in high school. That was 3-4 years ago. Whole number, numbers of fraction. Okay. Oh. I see. .25. I might not be smart enough for this anymore. So like, okay, what's the reciprocal of 11? Be 0.09. Let's try this real quick. I'm gonna use the calculator. So let's do 11, which is 0.09. Let me write that down. 0.09 plus, let's do the reciprocal of 21. 0.047, nope, plus, let's see here, what am I trying to play here? So the blue team here is stronger. Let's just try it with this. So those added up would be 0.137. That would mean the red team is 0.137. And if I do the reciprocal of 6, it'd be 0.66. 137. So that would mean automatically that France is stronger than Germany and Poland. Assuming we're taking a larger number. Let's just keep doing a reciprocal of 10 as well. That gets you 0.1. So it would be 0.2666. Meaning that obviously the blue team is stronger, but if we were to throw a wrench in there again, like Romania, 52, that gives us 0.0. Actually, no, I want to add Romania to the red team, not the blue team. Romania, which is see, it was 0.137, right? So plus 0.19. That gives them 0.156, which is still lower than France and Italy's 0.266. I think that's checking out, right? If we gave them, what if we give the red team China 2? Reciprocal of 2 is 0.5, right? Yeah. It would be plus 0.5, which obviously puts them at 0.656, stronger than the blue team at 0.266. We ever thought of that? It works. The math is mathing now. Good job. You're smarter than me. The Europeans are carrying in math because I'm not gonna. Yeah, that the reciprocal thing works as far as I know. So thank you for giving me that tip. I will have to do some more testing for it, probably off camera. I probably won't do that though, being honest. But yeah, that once again, that is going to do it for this live stream. Thank you, reciprocal. I got to remember reciprocal. I got to remember what a reciprocal is. I don't even know if I ever really worked with it. What type of math is reciprocal? It's not algebra. I did algebra 2, and I did geometry, statistics, and then I was done with math. The only problem is when you have very high on the ranking, like USA versus Russia and China. All right, let's try that real quick. That's true, because the reciprocal of 1 is just 1. And then the reciprocal of 3 and 2, what would that be? It would be 0.5 and 0.33, which would mean they're not stronger than the US. Add India in there, though, you get, let's see, 0.3 plus 0.5, 0.8, and then 0.25. That would mean they are. So that's a good question. Russia and China together, are they stronger than the US? According to the reciprocal thing, no. But I think the common knowledge enough tells us that they are. But let me just do it. Is conventionally is the who is stronger, USA or Russia and China? Conventionally, it's considered stronger than Russia and China combined. What the? Russia and China possess massive armies and vast arsenals. The U.S. maintains a significant edge in global power projection, logistic capability, naval and air superiority, and technological advancement. Am I propaganda? Is this what I'm getting propaganda right now? That is true. The U.S. does have an international military. Russia and China are regional. Yeah. United States, Air Force, Navy, Air Force. Yeah, the Navy and Air Force of the U.S. I say it in videos all the time, but the U.S. they've really got it down in the U.S. Navy and Air Force. But are we sure that the U.S. is stronger than Russia and China together? Like, we're not counting nukes and stuff like that. We're not counting alliances. Just straight up, raw, bar for bar, band for band. We're catching a fade. Who's winning that? I don't know. Industrial power. Yeah, I know. Reciprocal is an inverse of a number. I got that. U.S. would put up a good fight, says United States of America 900. Yeah, I think the U.S. would win, of course. Russia has a global military like in Central Asia. No, in Central Africa. Well, no, but I'm saying like the U.S. has military everywhere. Like the U.S. military is in every single country. Not every single country, but a lot of countries. Of course, the entire continent of Europe under U.S. military, not control, but like hopefully administered by the U.S. military. Half of the Middle East, U.S. military. Half of Africa, U.S. military. Half of Oceania, U.S. military. I mean, it's true that internationally the U.S. does have that upper hand. But I don't know if the U.S. would beat Russia and China in a war. But you have to think, like, what are we talking about? Like, what does the outcome have to be in that war? Because Russia and China, they can't invade the U.S., obviously. The U.S.'s geography, I mean, people have heard this so many times. Invading the U.S. is so incredibly difficult because you're not going to get help from Mexico. You're not getting help from Canada. Landing in the Pacific is nearly impossible. And even if you do, the Sierra Nevadas cut you off from the interior. And even then, the Rocky Mountains are really get you away from the Central Plains and really the important areas over here on the East Coast. In Russia and China, you can't get to the East Coast because you'd have to go through Europe. Europe isn't letting you go through. Meaning that they have to attack through the Pacific, and maybe they could take Alaska, but like you're probably not getting past the Rocky Mountains realistically. So impossible to invade the U.S. does remain. In which case, then yeah, I guess the U.S. would be stronger than both of them combined. But then again, the U.S. by themselves isn't taking out all of Russia and China. Now, I would have more confidence in a U.S. invasion of Russia than a Russian invasion of the U.S. for sure. Maybe even a U.S. invasion of China would go better than a Chinese invasion of the U.S. But we're talking about these two countries combined together. That doubles up the military size. Remember, the reciprocal 0.5 here, and we got 0.3. So that's 0.8333333, which is very close in power to the U.S. I don't know. I feel like technology map would be smart. China's oil supply can run out in mere weeks, maybe even closing the strait. Yeah, that's true. China doesn't have unlimited oil like Russia. Well, no, they would because Russia has oil supply. I think Russia's oil supply might be better than America. No, I don't know. I think the U.S. has one of the best oil supplies. Ooh. I think it's Russia. Nope. I mean, U.S. And it is the U.S. $10 million for Russia, 23.6. The U.S. has almost double the oil supply of Russia. Okay. Yeah, okay. The U.S. has the best oil supply. I was thinking like oil reserve, oil. Well, Venezuela. I was thinking like Venezuela, Middle East. Like I was thinking like pure oil pumping out oil. But yeah, U.S. oil supply, very interesting. Alaska, thank you, Alaska. Offshore as well. I know the U.S. military spending is insane, trillions. And it could make 10 planes before we make one. I think they would mainly support Russia, though. Yeah, China would manufacture more, but like you have to think about quality because that's where a lot of stuff is important with quality. Like even though quantity, like China has a larger navy, but the U.S.'s navy is far better because of the quality of what they're building. So That's just interesting. That is, I like the reciprocal thing though. It works. Anyway, that is going to do it for the live stream. I have been doing this for 3 hours and 17 minutes going on now, so I'm going to hang it up here. I'm going to start editing on Alternate Future of the World Season 3, and then I'm going to relax for a little bit. Sounds good to me. So I hope you guys did enjoy this live stream. It was a very successful one in terms of us getting things done, which we did. We got stuff done. Very important in major cities, alliances. We have a nuclear powers layer, and I think the most unique thing we got was the power rankings thing, which is going to help out the videos a lot. And using the power of reciprocals, we are going to be able to have some pretty accurate, maybe even more realistic war scenarios. So I'm excited for that. Maybe that will reignite my love for scenario videos. Probably not. But since you guys are here at the very end of the stream, I want to give you guys a quick little sneak peek at next scenario video, which is going to be, what if the World Cup countries had a civil war? It's going to be odd numbers versus even numbers compared to the seeding of the knockout round. I might even do like the group stage countries as well. I haven't really thought about it yet, but I have to think about it because it's like, what? How many countries in the World Cup? It's 60 something, 64. So round of 32 would be the knockout round, right? So 32 versus 64. 64 is way more interesting, so it'd be 32 versus 32 for the World Cup video, which is going to be cool. But anyway, though, I want to thank you guys so much for watching this stream. If you're here at the end, you're a real one. I appreciate you. And hope you guys have a good day. I'm out of here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all later.